Okay, good morning. It's 8 after 10 on the East Coast. I'm Dave Gloving. You are not. Boogie with the Bull Wednesday morning caffeine is live on the air. Randy Rhodes, who was going to be with me, is off on a very special assignment. He got a phone call that he was waiting for, and so hopefully he will join us before the end of the broadcast. If not, he will be with us on Thursday night and hopefully again on Friday morning. The first thing I want to do is I roll over to this monitor and scroll down and get the Boogie with the Bull live chat open on Facebook on my Dave Gloving profile. Give me a second to get technology going here. All right, the live chat on the Dave Gloving profile on Facebook is open, so come join me there. The live chat in the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel is always live, so if you're over there, you will be in the live chat. A couple of things I have to do. Everyone knows that I lose it when technology craps out or gives us problems on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, and we do our best to cover for it, because back in my radio days, you either hit a record and did that, or went to a different tape and played that, or got permission from the chief engineer to lock up and go home. But last night it sounded like one of the mics was underwater and talking through an air tank. And I'm not sure which one of the four of us it was. It could have been on my end because my wireless headphones have a mic that is turned off, but sometimes it turns itself back on. And it wasn't that. So we're not going to worry about what it was, because evidently 50 people watch the broadcast live, and that's more than usually watch a Boogie with the Bull Tuesday night live. So if you can put up with that, then I'm glad that you watched it. And those that watched the podcast, if you have to deal with the same thing, I apologize for that. We moved on to open discussions, and when racial profiling came up, I got a little upset about that, because I don't justify racial profiling anywhere. Matter of fact, the only place I would say racial profiling is okay is at the border, when people are coming into the United States of America legally. I mean, there should be a amount or percentage of our total population, according to the last census, of how many people from different countries around the world we're going to let in at any one time. And I think that's a fair and honest thing to do, because right now, if you look at what is illegally entering the United States, you have to agree with most people that it's generally men of military age, and almost to make you think that the Biden regime and the Department of Defense are probably working on building their own army and being able to win the war that will come if Biden loses the election. And as I had said yesterday, I read a couple of days ago that evidently Biden was contacted by the state of Ohio, who said that he cannot be on the Ohio ballot if he cannot confirm himself as the Democrat candidate to Ohio voters by August 9th. And the problem with that is that the Democrat convention, where they may or may not give him the title, but the Democrat convention where their candidate will be elected and nominated is not scheduled until August 19th in Ohio, and thus they would miss the deadline by 9 days. So Biden could not possibly end up on the Ohio ballot. And I'm assuming that if this thing gets into a legal fight, the state of Ohio says, no, you have until August 9th. If you can't do that, then you are not going to be on the Ohio ballot. And it gets up to the Supreme Court, you have to figure that this is one of those things where the Supreme Court says, sorry, Joe, you lose this one. The rules are the rules. You have until August 9th, and you knew that, and your convention is 10 days later, and you won't be official until then. So, do something. I don't imagine that they're going to do that. I guess the exception is that the Ohio State Legislature can pass a law that gives him a waiver so that the Democratic National Convention does not have to say he is their candidate in Ohio on the 9th and wait until after the election. I mean, wait until the convention. Personally, I think it's one of those same things that, if they're going to go after Donald Trump for every charge they can and keep throwing charges, hoping that one of them sticks and he won't be able to run, well, you got to do the same thing to Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden, the only claim that Joe Biden has is that he thinks he's a better president than Donald Trump ever was, and his record shows nothing that in any way makes that true. So if Donald Trump can't be on a ballot, well, Donald Trump seems to have settled most of those cases and will be on those ballots, but Biden had to get involved in something, and he'd have to be a better president if he is not going to be on the Ohio ballot. And if he's not going to be on the Ohio ballot, I wonder if there are any other state conventions that will finalize before August 9th or whatever, finalized that he could be off the ballot in more states. Personally, I think this whole thing is a farce, really. I can say publicly, Biden just needs to step down. Kamala Harris might take over for the remaining time, or the House and Senate are going to battle it out to see what happens, because personally, I think she's just as guilty of things that he is, that she has to have knowledge of where he is mentally and didn't do anything to remove him from being president, and probably involved in a whole bunch of other things that the Biden criminal enterprise was involved in. Anyway, join me in the live chat on the Dave Gloving profile or over on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and put in your thoughts. Still looking to hear from people around the country as to whether or not the eclipse where you were went black and it was dark in the middle of the day, or whether or not you were like it was here in Florida, and other people I've talked to around the country that said, nope, it was just a beautiful blue sky. The sun was out, and they didn't see anything. And not going to start anything with Christian listeners or whatever, because people read the Bible and they believe that everything is in the Bible as to the beginning and the end of the world. But I did like joking around last night about Y2K, and Y2K caused the earth to explode back in 2000. And they just haven't told us that we're dead yet, because they were afraid of all the civil wars and crap that would happen if we all found out we were dead. Would bring new meaning to the term go to hell, because I guess we could tell people that if the earth exploded back in 2000 due to Y2K, we could tell them we're already in hell. But good morning, Nick Gurr, who is watching, and Ichabod Palmer is watching, and Ichabod was on last night. Last night we did have serious audio problems. Everybody got to watch me kind of get irate over trying to resolve it. And again, I apologize. I don't know where it was. It could have been on Facebook's end. It could have been on StreamYard's end. It could have been on everybody's end. I really don't know. The pleasures of live radio, as I tell everybody when it happens. Good morning, Nick. Glad to have you in the in the live chat. Randy Rhodes, as I said, was going to join us this morning, but also informed me that he was waiting for a very important phone call, and he got it just before we went live. So he may come on before the end of the broadcast. Also, Michael Anthony was going to join us this morning, and I'm waiting for an email address because I thought I had it. I thought I had written it down and was going to be able to send him the link by email, and I misplaced it. So I'm waiting for him to message me and let me know, and we will try to get him on. And if we don't get him on today, we will get him on tomorrow. Let me get my phone, which all of a sudden doesn't want to open, and pop out of this one. And nope, still waiting for Michael to send it to us. So if anyone else is around that normally pops on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast or wants to pop onto a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, let me know. Come into the live chat, and I'll send you the link and bring you on. William Rayfield, if you're watching, you're more than welcome to come on. I didn't know that Randy might have to disappear because of a very important phone call, and I didn't know that Michael Anthony wasn't going to be with us. Yes, he does, Nick. He has great insight and a lot of knowledge, and we were going to pick his brain and let him tell us the happenings in the world of Michael Anthony. But unfortunately, he is not here either. So kind of open to being able to discuss anything people want to bring up today. Craig Peterson is in the house. Dr. Craig Peterson, the official child psychologist of Boogie with the Bull. I don't know if Craig is still practicing, but I always joke with him that one of these days I'm going to get him on for 20 minutes and we can talk about 62-year-old men reliving their life as a child thanks to mental illness, and get some laughs and maybe bring some information to the rest of the world. I'm kind of stumped myself. I'm looking over at my teleprompter, and it's kind of dead because there is nothing on it. We don't have a guest, and we're kind of solo. So everybody do this. Grab your favorite morning caffeine vessel and take a shot of your favorite morning caffeine. Oh, good stuff. Maxwell House and Walmart brand Coffee Mate. That's a redundant statement. Walmart brand Coffee Mate. I don't care. They all taste the same. They all probably are the same. I remember back when we were growing up that every grocery store had one aisle, both sides of just generic brand products. And it was usually a box with the word generic, whatever it was, on the box, like generic mac and cheese or generic, cans of generic tuna fish, this, that, and the other stuff. And I remember talking to a store manager who said, it's really not that it's generic. It's just that the brands pack some and label it as generic and sell it for a lower price than their real brand. Yes, Nick, Randy Rhodes, as I had just said for the umpteenth time, and I'll keep saying it again, told me before we went live that he was waiting for a very important phone call. And if the phone call came in while we were on the broadcast, he was going to have to leave. And unfortunately, the phone call came in just as we were going to go live, so he is off on that phone call. He didn't know if he would complete that phone call and get back to us before the end of the broadcast. So I'm back to the old days of Boogie with the Bull, morning caffeine, when it was just me. And back then it was just me for 3 hours. So be happy that it's only just me for about an hour this morning, which would be about 11:15 because we started late this morning. That's why I said to everybody, come to the live chat. I know a lot of people just watch. They're on my profile and they're watching it, but they're not in the live chat. But take the big step and jump into the live chat. The water's warm. You'll enjoy it. And tell us, bring up something we can talk about, or tell us how the eclipse went where you were and the aftermath being one day after. And it wasn't, Craig, I can send a link to you. Craig, I can send you a link through StreamYard on Messenger when you want to do it. But I'll drop you a note at the end of the broadcast at any time you want to do it. Matter of fact, you're welcome to do both. You're welcome to come on any one of the morning caffeines, Monday or Wednesday. Friday, we usually have Bill Muckler if he's free on. So it's just a small panel, usually myself, Randy, and Jen Woodruff with Bill Muckler. And then standard open broadcast about 10:30 when Bill goes to get ready for the Bill Muckler show, which is live on Facebook Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern and shot all over the internet from the nextgen.com network. So you can watch it on Facebook on the Bill Muckler profile and on the Bill Muckler show group. And you can share it all over Facebook. You can take it off of Facebook from there and share it anywhere you want on social media, and Bill will appreciate it, even if it comes back to Facebook. I don't normally do things like that. I'll go to NextGen and take it from them and share it, only because when I share things off of Facebook, I don't want someone to have to either log into Facebook to watch it or watch it on Facebook. That's just me. And that's how I work. Facebook is making it not easy for me to get into a preferred broadcaster status, as I'm going to call it today, and get their help with attracting views and the right times for broadcasts to be on. So, when I share something from Facebook, it is usually from another source that it came from. Like, even if I take an article that I saw on Facebook, I'll just go to the website that it was on and take it and share it from there off of Facebook, because that's just the way I want to do it. Anyway, Danny Campbell, who has watched more Boogie with the Bull broadcasts than anyone in the history of Boogie with the Bull, with the exception of William Grant. I think Danny is now 2 broadcasts ahead of William Grant. And on Friday, we'll let everybody know where they are. But Danny Campbell has watched for a very long time, and it's a great broadcast every time we have Danny on. Craig brings up, let me see, inflation is out of control, not just gas prices, but food and other things also have doubled recently. Up a 12-pack of soda is now $10 at Kroger's. Some things aren't still, they're a little high. A 6-pack of Mountain Dew I bought the other day just because they didn't have liters, and I didn't want a 2-liter bottle because I didn't want a 2-liter bottle. A 6-pack was, I think, just under $6, which isn't bad. It's bad here in Florida. I mean, because you don't get the nickelback per bottle. Not that 30 cents makes a big difference toward buying some. But yeah, prices are high. Eggs are still astronomical. We use a lot of eggs in our house. Hot dogs, if you want a good hot dog, and by good I mean, we use Ballpark Frank's, which I know is a bad brand owned by somebody else that we're not supposed to use. But no other hot dog tastes as good unless you start moving into the pure beef hot dogs that are almost restaurant quality. But we won't go, and they're even more astronomical than what you buy in the grocery store. So yeah, prices are going up. Gas is going up again. We stopped and put in $10, which bought at $3.59 a gallon, bought us maybe a hair over 4 gallons, enough to give us a quarter of a tank. And he's, I think, the second highest gas station here in beautiful Fleming Island. He's open. It's a mobile station. He's open 24 hours. That's the only reason why we stopped there. But Craig says he has chickens or eggs. If you live closer, I would give you a bunch. We have more than we can eat. We used to do that with one of our friends, one of Donna's friends from growing up in Connecticut, had them. And I don't know if she sold them to everybody or she just gave them to everybody because they got so many, but we were always getting them. And then Donna's cousin had chickens, and she occasionally would bring some over. And it's great if we had land and our son and daughter-in-law owned a home and had land and could do it. I think they'd have chickens, and I heard maybe horses. I don't know about goats, Craig. I don't really know. Goats can be mean, and they can run fast too. So I wouldn't want anything with antlers or horns that can run fast, able to run after me. Cats, well, cats are great. We have a 15-year-old cat, Lola, with us who spends most of the night sleeping on the floor now because I bought a new desk chair and finally won't let her sleep in the desk chair to keep her from ripping it up at night, which is what she would do. But she's on the bed sleeping, and Delilah is down on her floor bed this morning, what I call her office. And but we have in the house, there is a Roddy, who I try not to tell everybody, but I think she's my favorite. She was the only one at the time when we moved down here 2 years ago that our son and daughter-in-law had that I thought I would have issues with because Roddies can be mean. But Molly can be mean, but not overly aggressive. But she can be mean sometimes. But she's really a big sweetie. And then we have Willow, who is I think she looks like a German Shepherd, but I guess that there may be some of that and pit bull in her. And then we have Joe, who to me looks like a pit bull gone golden retriever. I mean, she just has the colors of a golden retriever to me, but she's a beautiful dog, and she can get moody, but usually she's a sweetie. She's the sweetest of all of them, really, I think. And then we have a Akita, who I think is still trying to figure out if he's the boss. And then the baby is a purebred husky, who I think has the colors of a Sheltie, the little Shetland sheepdogs. But a beautiful dog, and can be a sweetie, can be moody, but then again, I'm 62 years old and I can be moody, so you get back what you send out. But funniest thing, when was it? Sunday or Monday? I think it was Sunday. We were sitting on the couch watching TV, and all of a sudden the husky, Evie, comes running up, bolts up on the couch, looks at me, starts barking in a high-pitched whine like they have at about 210 miles an hour, and looking at me like I'm understanding what she's saying, which I had no idea what she was saying. And then when I turned my eyes, not aggressively, put her paw on my arm to, I guess, get my eyes to focus back on her, and then just went and did it again for another minute or two. And it was pretty funny because I really wanted to know what she was saying. Really wished I had been Dr. Doolittle. Let me jump down here for a second and do this if I can real quick. Go to this screen, if it will pop up. There it is. It took a little bit too long to load up this morning. Oh, that's interesting. There it is. I knew I'd find it. William Rayfield, your link is in the pike on its way down to you, and you're more than welcome to join in if you want. I didn't know until we were going to go live that Randy was expecting a very important phone call, and if it came in, he was going to have to leave the broadcast, and it came in just before we went live, so he I don't know if he'll have time to come on. So William, if you want to come on and help save save a broadcast that probably should have ended as quickly as it started this morning, feel free. You are welcome to do so. I want to find out from you how the eclipse went over wherever you were. I'm hearing from more and more and more people that it was just basically a sunny day. The sun was out. It didn't get black dark. In some places, it didn't even get dark. We're in northern Florida, and we were in southern Jacksonville at my eye doctor's office, and everybody was outside. It was a beautiful, bright, sunny day in southern Jacksonville, and they were all outside, no safety glasses, looking at the sun, aiming their phone cameras and taking pictures. But I mean, there was no darkness. There was not even for a second or two, as the two were close enough to block each other out. So I don't know. I ended up coming away from it going, really, if anything, feeling kind of gypped out and saying I wanted a reclipse. I wanted it to go dark. I wanted it to go black. I wanted, part of my brain was going and running all the different scenarios that could happen. Maybe my Christian friends were going to be right and it was going to be Armageddon. Maybe it was going to be the quick reset from other people. Maybe social media was going to disappear and reappear the way it was supposed to be. But anyway, the actual and factual on what happened in Tennessee, I believe, on Wednesday from William, on Tuesday. Let me get my words moving, my mouth going. How was the eclipse in Tennessee, William?
Good morning, Dave. How are you, sir?
I'm good, but I'm figuring more and more really that pouring 24 ounces of coffee into a hot mug and drinking it is less effective than my wife just jabbing a coffee IV in my arm before she leaves for work every day. Oh. That would probably be more useful and wake me up quicker. I apologized at the top of the broadcast that I was counting the minutes before I absolutely had to get out of bed this morning. I don't know why.
I don't get into the eclipse thing. I don't get into the hoopla of it all. I watch the people enjoy themselves on television. So some people are into that. I was never one to be into the astrology thing and stars and all that stuff. So it was just an ordinary day to me. Just another day.
For me, I mean, that's what it was for us. I mean, we didn't, it didn't stop my my odd that I call him my favorite doctor, but he is my retinologist with my eye injections. It was just a regular day at at his office. We were in and out very quickly, but like I said, when we pulled up, there's like 10 buildings in the complex that they're in, and they were all outside looking up, but none of them wearing any safety glasses. So Don and I were kind of laughing about that. And then aiming their phones up and taking pictures of the sun.
You know what got me though? You know what really freaked me out about the whole thing was watching these people spend all this money to travel all over the country to make sure they can see the eclipse. I mean, you had people that was traveling. I don't. Hey, more power to them. I just can't see spending a couple of $1,000s to catch a flight from the West Coast to the East Coast to see 20 seconds of something that I don't even understand. So, if they want to throw money away like that, send it my way. I'll make an eclipse for you. Shoot.
Yep. Yep. I want to flash Nick's comment on the screen because I didn't see it. I saw it somewhere before. I saw it somewhere before the eclipse. I didn't see it the day of the eclipse, but there is he says it's on True Social now, but there's an eclipse that shows that when it got dark, it was a silhouette of Donald Trump. And you know what? I hope that's what people saw. And I hope that it was the indication to all the people looking for a sign that haven't gotten the sign yet, that that's who you vote for. That's who you vote for. And as I said at the top of the hour too, also, Biden is in trouble with the state of Ohio, that the Democrat National Convention is scheduled in Ohio, but on August 19th. So he wouldn't be the candidate, if he's going to be their candidate, until the 19th of August. But to be on the presidential ballot, a candidate has to be approved by their party by August 9th. So basically, the state had contacted him that it looked like he wouldn't be on the ballot. And the only way that it could be waived is that the state legislature could pass a law giving him an extension, but the state legislature has to do that. If they don't, then it's defeated. Then unless he can get the Democrat convention to happen before or on August 9th, then he wouldn't be the candidate. And I just have to assume that it would work its way up very quickly to the Supreme Court. But I would have to hope that the 9 judges as a majority say, hey, the rules say you got to be by August 9th. You can't be by August 9th. So I'm sorry, you will not be on the Ohio ballot. Not that I'm sure that would happen either, but it was just kind of funny that they've been putting so much effort into making sure that Donald Trump isn't on any state ballot. And now one comes back and kicks them in the ass.
Wait, so Nick says, has President Trump chosen a VP yet? No, he's got one. He's got one in his head. He already know who he's going to choose, but he ain't going to let us know.
Yeah. Marjorie Taylor Greene had me stumped thinking that it was her, because I don't remember the day, but I was cruising maybe a week ago on all over the internet places that I don't always go, and it made it look like she was going to be announced as the VP candidate, and I don't know. I know that Trump is being told to seriously consider a woman, but then again, he's Donald Trump, and he's going to pick whoever he wants to pick. You know, way back, people were saying that Carrie Lake should be his running mate. God, who else? I think Tulsi Gabbard came up. Her name came in. I don't. I'm always going to speak nice about Marjorie Taylor Greene because I agree with just about everything that she does. I had a chance to meet her once. She was going to be at a rally when we lived in Connecticut, not far from our house. And the host of it had said, "I'll set you up with maybe 15 after the rally. She'll give you 15 minutes."
I think it's going to be down. It's going to get down to Tim Scott or Byron Donaldson.
Yeah,
it's gonna be one of those two.
Okay. Yeah. Like you said, it's kind of.
Well, you got to remember, he's gonna put somebody in there that he's going to want to be able to take over and continue what he leaves behind, and that's on the foreign and domestic side of both aisles.
Nick says Kristi Noem. What do you think, Ray?
No, because she can't handle China. She can't handle Russia. She can't. He's going to instill somebody that when he leaves office will hopefully be able to run on what he leaves behind, and not just here policy-wise in America, but they're going to have to be strong enough to deal with President Xi. They're going to have to be strong enough to deal with Putin. They're going to have to be strong enough to deal militarily with Israel, what's going on over there in Israel and Hamas. And if you really think about it, the only two that really come out and forcefully talk like him is Tim Scott and Byron Donaldson.
Okay.
And they just happen to be the only two black men that he has to choose from that are, I mean, Vivek Swamy, he was talking a good talk for a little bit, but he faded away. Away. But yeah, they are the only two that, in my opinion, forcefully come out and talk about the opposition like he does. And that's what he's looking for, in my opinion.
All right. Nick says he doesn't trust Tim Scott. Why don't you trust Nick Scott? I mean, yeah, Nick, why don't you trust Tim Scott? We'll wait for Nick's answer.
Well, I give everybody a shot until they give me a reason to feel otherwise. In my eyes, he hasn't done anything yet.
If President Trump called you, would you take it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, in a minute. In a heartbeat.
Okay. Yep.
In a heartbeat. Yeah. It's common sense. It's common sense. I wouldn't go into it to play politics. I go into it for the best interest of this country at hand. That's it. The bottom line. That's just common sense. Yeah. That's what they don't want. They don't want this country to get back on track. They don't want common sense laws to take hold that'll really get this country up and running the right way. Yeah. So, it's all about defeating the bad guy right now. It's all about defeating the bad guy. Once we defeat the bad guy, we can get to policy issues.
I would have to politely turn it down with me, but everybody knows that I'm dealing with mental health issues, and that wouldn't be the right place for someone who doesn't want to be under an electron microscope with constant pressure. But I would ask him to find me someplace else in the government that I could serve him. But you will not see Dave Gloving as Donald Trump's vice president, and you will not see Dave Gloving running for president in 2028.
Now, Donald Trump, he's like that. He's like that boxer that leaves his opponent waiting in the ring for his entrance. Don's going to do it on his time, and if I learn anything, it's not to even guess anymore what this man does, because he does the unpredictable at times, So, well, most of the time, he's an out of the box type of thinker.
I would like to be there live and be able to do it as a broadcast. That would be wickedly cool to be in the room and be able to broadcast it live. But who knows?
Hopefully you'll be able to do that. You never know. Maybe I can come through and pick you up on my way down there. Who knows? Tell the wife the Patriots Lab is coming through Florida. I don't know. I keep saying I'm coming down there, but you know what? Finances dictate everything, unfortunately. And but November is far off. 208 days until November 5th. I'm keeping a countdown with Hannity.
Yeah. What Nick was going to say was Tim Scott was appointed by Nikki Haley, and I don't think he has any experience to stand up to China and Russia. Just say what he thinks others want him to say is not what this country needs. What do you think? What do you think, Ray?
Well, he's entitled to his opinion. I mean,
yep. No, we're not arguing this morning. We're just having a casual caffeinated conversation.
I mean, like I said, to me, he hasn't said anything to where I don't trust him. So, he still has my support. And not because he's a black man, because from what I hear and what I see, I mean, he seems to be genuine to me. Maybe, Nick knows a little bit more than I know. Maybe he knows a little bit more below the surface. But, me looking on the surface, I would put Byron Donaldson ahead of him. That's for sure. But we'll see. I mean, Trump, with Trump, it could, it could be Byron. It could be Barron. Who knows? I don't know.
I know we're putting you on the spot because the actual and factual does not like to do the controversial theory. You like to rely on.
This is a situation where I really don't know, because Trump is unpredictable.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna do what he wants to do. So, it's not like the Democratic Party where I can say, well, this is what the Republicans are gonna do because this is the establishment. No, Trump's gonna go ahead and do what he wants to do. He might put Marjorie in there because at the end of the day, you don't have to have big biceps and triceps to sit in front of these foreign leaders. The only thing you got to have is a good bark and a good bite. That's all. Just be able to know how to utilize the strength of America to establish the policies that we need to benefit our country. That's all. You just use the power of America to establish the policies that we need set forth here in America. And it don't take nobody 7 foot, 300, 250 pound muscle. So it could be a Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now that I think about it, it could be, as long as you got the heart of a lion or a lioness, because lioness will kill for her cubs. So we'll see.
You see us taking back the Senate and keeping the House, or what do you think? What are your comments on that?
I find it observing the cities and the crap that's been going on. I'm finding it hard to believe that people are going to vote Democrat down the chain like they normally did years past. I believe the situation that we're in as a country has awakened the eyes of people, not just on the high level of politics, but on the lower level, in local communities. I mean, because that's where you got most of the corrupt stuff happening, in most of the communities. You know, I'm getting ready to do a show here this afternoon, and we're going to be focusing on the worst mayor in America, Miss Tiffany Henyard, and she is in Dalton, Illinois, and and she's being investigated by no one other than Lori Lightfoot. So we're gonna see how that turns out. But these politicians at the lower level, they're just, they think they're flying under the radar. See, that's their problem. They think because they're at the lower level of the thing that they can get away with doing the stuff they're doing, but they're getting exposed. So you know, these people that live in these cities, they're realizing and understanding that, you know, they've been governed over by Democrats for 50, 60 years, and their communities haven't done nothing but gotten worse. And they're tired of it. The crime, the illegal immigrants, the drugs, you know, the homelessness. They're tired of it. And now feeling really what it's like to be a second-class citizen, watching illegal migrants get thousands of dollars more than the average ordinary American citizen. You know, they're fed up, man. They're fed up.
They are, and it's getting worse. Although I haven't heard much news about Haitians making it to Florida yet. Or maybe they're getting stopped before they get here, and not.
Well, see, it's one of the things you're not going to have the mainstream media paying too much attention to it, and DeSantis isn't allowing them to just come across and come in at will. So it's not a big story. It's not a big story. I mean, it was breaking because of what they're going through over there, but there's not as far as I know, there's not a mass influx of Haitians. Now there might be some being flown over here and flown over there, and, you know, being sent in over, but I guess not enough to make a lot of noise to where people are actually paying attention.
Yeah, crazy times. They're not migrants. They're not migrants. They're illegal aliens.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. But I just wanted to jump on here with you this morning. I was sitting in here in front of my laptop, just putting some notes together for my show today, and I seen you on live.
Yep.
Let me pop into the Boogie with the Bull and see what be happening and how everything's been going. I'm glad you're running good.
Yep. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Friday's usually Red Friday. We try to get Bill Muckler to drop by for about a half hour. And then slowly but surely, we're getting back into the Tuesday night and Thursday night live. And, you know, it's fun. And I missed it, but I had to take some time away from it. And just, but I'm ready to come back. I'm ready to come back. Always looking for people who want to be part of the broadcasts. And so you are welcome anytime you wish.
Well, good deal. And likewise to you.
Yep.
I appreciate, you know, like always, appreciate the chance to come in here and hop in with you.
Good. I'm glad you did.
But I'll be on today at, I believe about 1:00 Eastern.
Okay.
I'm going to see what I got going on here, wrap up some ends, and
wrap up those ends before you go live.
yeah, definitely got to do that. Get something in my stomach, and then and that'll be it for today. But hey, you have a great day, man. Tell everybody, Randy the Genealogist Rhodes. I think I seen him on here with another title. It just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. And Jen and the whole crew.
Yep.
Salute.
All right. Well,
All right.
welcome anytime. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. William Rayfield from Patriots Lab, the Patriots Lab Uncensored. Become William's friend on Facebook, and you will see when he is live on Facebook. He is generally on almost every day, but doesn't always post a schedule of when he's going to be on. So pay attention when you see him in your notifications. Log in and watch him and learn the actual and factual with William Rayfield. And let's see, Nick Gurr has to go. You all have a great rest of the day. We will thank you for watching, Nick. Always a pleasure. I think one of these mornings we're going to put you on too, get you on. And slowly but surely we're going to do that. We're going to go through the live chat and people that watch every day and are part of the conversation and keep me from just sitting here going, We'll get more people on the morning, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday. And then, like I said, 10 a.m. Friday is usually, hopefully, Bill Muckler can drop by, talk about the Bill Muckler Show, and bring us up to date. A respected retired Marine captain, an entrepreneur, a book author, the writer of the 2020 books. And matter of fact, we'll slip this on the screen and I'll read it right now. Bill Muckler's books, 2020, A Clear Vision for America, and 2020, A Clear Vision for Our Future, are available at 2020americabook.com. That's 2020americabook.com. It's $25 for the set, and you can't buy hardbound books in a set like that for $25. I call them the Conservative Broadcasting Bible because there is so much information going back to, I think, 2015 when he wrote the books. And the information in there is as actual and factual, to quote William, as it is today. And it's too bad that Bill didn't think about elected politics for some time to get some of those ideas put into play. I always tell you he supports getting rid of the IRS, and he supports closing down the Federal Department of Indoctrination and giving control of education back to the states, which is something that I highly support. We'll pop down from that slide and go to this one. The Bill Muckler Show is Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern on the Bill Muckler profile and the Bill Muckler Show group here on Facebook. And you can go over to NextGen, NEXGEN, nextgen.com and watch it and share it over there. I think also there's another one called Censorless TV, censorless.tv, and he is on that network as well. So if you're looking for places off of Facebook to grab the Bill Muckler Show and share it everywhere you go, off of Facebook, take it to X and retweet it, and everywhere else you can go and post it, even on True Social. If you can do that, Bill will greatly appreciate the efforts that you do. The next Boogie with the Bull morning caffeine, like I said, is Friday, Red Friday. Remember, everyone deployed Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And we will confirm with Bill today that he is available to join us on Friday. He usually joins us in the first half hour of the program, 10 to 10:30, and then he goes to get ready for his broadcast. And we definitely appreciate his outlook and his information that he comes and shares with us. But go read the books, 2020, A Clear Vision for Our Future, 2020, A Clear Vision for America, 2020americabook.com, 2020americabook.com, and you'll be really happy. You join the millions of people on Facebook who have read Bill's books and speak very highly of the books and very highly of Bill. Bill, people tell me all the time they like watching Bill when he's on. And I tell them, then make sure you're watching his show, like I said, 11 a.m. Monday through Friday on his profile and in the Bill Muckler Show group. And share that broadcast everywhere you can on Facebook. Just share it. everywhere you can. Put it on your profile and share it. We put it in our 9 groups almost every day. And that's about what I got to say there. Karen Johnson joined us, or she's watching on my profile and outside of the live chat. And we're going to get ready to wrap up. Also, Rob Kubera. I'm guessing. I hate butchering people's last names. So Rob, let me know if I said it wrong. Message me with it phonetically and how to pronounce it, and I will make sure I apologize it right. Nick Gurr watches all the time. And for those of you that can't watch all the time, hang on just a second. For those of you who cannot watch all the time, I'm just as happy if you watch the podcast. My throat's just not. There we go. My throat was just not going to do it right there. But I'm happy if you watch whatever it is convenient for you to watch. I really am. It makes me happy. We're not out to get 50 million views on Facebook on every broadcast, or even where we post it, when we post it on Street Lock or even on X, or if we get it on True Social. We just want you to watch, listen, hear, think about, and decide for yourself. And if you do that, then we have done our job. I want to say good morning to Cassie Downs, who was watching also. It's more fun if you come into the live chat, because if you come into the live chat, then I will generally say hello and put it up on the screen. If you come in through if you're watching, I'll put it into the live chat just to let you know. And then maybe sometime that will bring you into the live chat. I always promise to be gentle. I mean, I blow my top every once in a while. Last night did turn into a boogie with the blowout, and I apologize to Jen and to Randy and to Ichabod. We had a technical issue, and everyone knows technical issues usually go out of control, like I said, because I can't just get it fixed right then and there. And usually I laugh about it. But like I said, we had 50 live viewers last night watching Tuesday Night Live, which is a lot more than we normally do, probably double what we normally have. So I hope that it wasn't too bad dealing with the noise, the noise interference that we had. We will be on it and try to figure out where it is and try to get it corrected once and for all. I don't have the actual factual on it because there are a million sources. It could be the old Chromebook. It could be the wireless keyboard on top of the old Chromebook. It could just be interference that is coming from someplace that I don't even know. But it sucks that if it is intentional interference that people think they have to do that. Let us come on, let us do our broadcast, let us reach the people that we want to reach, the people that want to watch it, the people that want to comment on it, the people that want to be a part of it. And then we just move along. Facebook, we're not out here to be the number one watched broadcast on Facebook. And, we just want to reach people that want to enjoy watching the broadcast. We are growing groups right now. We're always growing our groups. Americans for Free Speech, Boogie with the Bull, True Patriot Talk group, Conservative Freedom Defenders with Art Sessa, who is the group owner and good friend on Facebook for a long time, a true diehard conservative. And then we go down the page to MAGA News Nation with Vita Marie Hoffman, who made the mistake of meeting me and making me an admin and watching me slowly but surely do just about whatever needs to be done and making it easy on a group owner. But that's growing. It's approaching 250 on its way to, I think, 500, hopefully before the election. Then we have Red Patriots for America, which is growing and being worked on every day. Terry Stark is the chief admin in there with me. And we're constantly going through and vetting people behind the scenes. And we're still holding at about 564 people, I think, when I looked at it yesterday. There were 12 new members yesterday, so it might be in the 570s, 580s. We're hoping to get that group up to 1,000 plus before the convention. Before the election. And hopefully on election day, when Donald Trump is given the title of 47th President of the United States, I hope that the membership in Red Patriots for America just explodes. And that group goes. I see that group reaching into the thousands. And, I don't know if it'll be a big group up to 10,000 or more, but I see it going into the thousands and being active. Also, we have the Red Maganation with Roland Hatton, the group owner, and enjoy being a part of that. And it's another Trump and MAGA supporting group. And then we have the United Media Group Uncensored, United Media Group Uncensored with Randy Griesenbeck, who is off on special assignment doing what he does best. And Roland Hatton and I are keeping that group going. And then really one of the jewels of the groups that we have here on Facebook is the World United as One Against Government Overreach. The World United as One Against Government Overreach. Very active right now is the discussion of what is happening in Israel, in Gaza, between Israel and Hamas and Palestinians. And a lot of people over there are posting and commenting on posts every day. And a lot of people seem to be joining here in the U.S. to be able to read what is against stealing race, the actual and factual. These people are there. These people are watching it. These people are sending in video when they can. So if you really want up-to-date news of what's going on, like I said, in Israel, Gaza, and with Hamas, which is Israel's majority party right now, along with Benjamin Netanyahu, who is not a Hamas member. And like I said, a lot of people are sending video from Israel every day, several times a day. There is a delay in times that it gets here. And because that group is post-approval and pre-approval, if you are posting in that group every day and you're posting things that belong in that group, it can be, like I said, anything against government overreach anywhere on Earth. And you're holding true to our mission with that page, then we will move you up to pre-approval. You don't need admin or moderator approval, and time slots don't bother. Keeping your news from getting up and people reading it and thanking you for whatever you're doing over there. So the World United as One Against Government Overreach, be a part of that group. Also, the Baby Trump group is Who's With Me, a Donald Trump supporting and MAGA supporting group. And going along at a good pace. People post a lot of memes in there and a lot of special articles that you don't find everywhere else. So go in and look at that one too. Join the groups. I post them every day. I try to get everybody on Facebook to join all of them. You do not have to be a Trump supporter. You do not have to be a MAGA supporter. You do not have to be anything. When you join our groups, my philosophy is you can disagree 100% with the mission of the group. It's always in the name of the group. Just treat everybody else in the group the way you want to be treated in the groups that you're in or if you're an admin in your groups. That's all. You don't have to agree with everybody on every post or agree with every broadcast that gets posted in there. And you can post broadcasts and go from your point of view in there as well. It's very important to me and our admins and group owners that I work with that we present a well-rounded view of everything. All three sides, our side, their side, and Facebook side, because the biggest hassle being a group owner or a group admin is trying to keep the group status down to the fewest violations as possible so that the maximum number of people continue to see your group and it continues to grow here on Facebook. Anyway, all right, well, I'm going to just keep coughing a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is, this is the time of the broadcast where I tell you you have been watching Boogie with the Bull, Wednesday morning caffeine, a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. We own it all. We do it all. We produce it all. If you want to be a part of our broadcast Monday, Wednesday at 10 a.m., around 10:30 on Friday after Bill Muckler departs, we move back to he closes it with a rest of the broadcast that can go on for another hour sometimes. But Tuesday and Thursday night live, 7 p.m. Eastern to about 8:30, sometimes 9 o'clock. Every once in a while push to 9:30, but usually no later than 8:30, so that I am ready to go to bed. And I go to bed about 9 o'clock. So join us when you can, where you can. If you are a broadcaster on Facebook or a wannabe broadcaster on Facebook like I am, you're more than welcome to be on the broadcast. Just message me who you are, what you want to talk about, and when you want to do it. And generally, like I said, figure Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. and Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Both times are Eastern, so adjust your body and your equipment accordingly. We would love to have you on the broadcast. Coming up next Tuesday, the 16th, the final word on this broadcast. Next Tuesday, April 16th, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Jen Woodruff will be hosting Suzanne Accardo, who was a trafficked child, has escaped and is trying to keep life going, and now is a humanitarian aid working to help free trafficked children, along with Bonnie Johnson, who has been on Boogie with the Bull, and we talked about everything, including her experiences being a humanitarian aid in helping to rescue trafficked children. Bonnie and Suzanne will be with us, along with Jen Woodruff, doing the interview next Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So please be a part of the broadcast. You will be able to be a part of the broadcast if you have a question and you're in the live chat and you put your question into the live chat. I will flash it up onto the screen, and when it's my turn, I will ask both Bonnie and Susan to answer, and I'm sure they will. It's going to be a fascinating broadcast. You will learn more than you ever thought you could learn about human trafficking, and probably not being rude, but more than you'll probably want to know, and probably want to side with the rest of the world working hard to put that to an end. Anyway, I'm Dave Gloving. You're not. Thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. It's 11:17, so it's time to feed Lola and Delilah and think about breakfast for me. So I appreciate you watching Wednesday morning caffeine, and we will see you next time. Double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is coming to an end. One more time, double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end, and just a hair over an hour. So it really wasn't It wasn't too long. Good morning, Robin. Robin Brunson is the lady who introduced us to Fat Cup Coffee Company. Robin sent me a bag of their house blend, which was excellent. And I think it was a pound bag of ground, which lasted about a month. But Robin is not an employee. Excuse me. Robin is not an employee of Fat Cup Coffee Company. She does not make any money off of Fat Cup Coffee Company. When we toss in a supportive announcement on the broadcast, as I say, we're hoping to approach them to be a sponsor, and then we just kind of had some problems technically and otherwise, and fell back on it and punted and decided to wait a bit. And now what I hope to do is talk to them and see if, in lieu of paying me, because I don't want to be paid, maybe what they'll do is give us some of their excellent coffees and other gear that they have that we can give away while people are watching Boogie with the Bull broadcasts. And that would make me even more happier than them giving me money, because we just don't need it. That's all I'm going to say. We just don't need it. I never started Boogie with the Bull broadcasts or any of the broadcasts off of Boogie with the Bull to make money. We're just not here to do that. Studios are really simple. Equipment that we have on our end is very simple. And the message is more important than the equipment that delivers it on, and or putting money in our pockets for delivering the message, because this is the way we live every day. So Fat Cup Coffee Company has a Facebook page. Go look at it. It will send you over to fatcupcoffee.com. Go over there and actually order it. From what I remember, the last time I was on their website, you can get whole beans, you can get it ground, and I think some of the coffees are available in K-cups, unless you're one of those up-to-date Keurig owners who has the little gold cup, K-cup reusable for your Keurig like we have. Then you just get ground if you don't have a grinder. My dad always said that the best thing to do was to keep the beans in the refrigerator whole and then grind up exactly what you needed for the amount of cups that you were going to brew. If you were making a pot or just making a 24-ounce Bubba. So think about that. Anyway, I'm done. I can't think of anything else to say. My brain is saying it's done. I'm done. I think we covered everything that we were going to cover today. And if we didn't, then join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. I think Jen Woodruff will be with us. I'm going to keep trying to get Nicky Young until he can join us. Last night he was out getting tires for one of his vehicles and couldn't join us. But either on a Tuesday or Thursday, just to get him on to have him tell me that maybe he just won't be available anymore. But I'd like to get him on. He's a fun guy, interesting guy to talk to. If you haven't seen him, you will like him. That's about all I'm going to say on that. Anyway, double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end. One more.